Oh, hey, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, that would be getting your 125 ready, if it is in fact your 125. 5 days left for the drawing. We just got both of them in, the 125 with overflow and the 125 without overflow. So whichever one of you has subscribed to Fishy Business SC on YouTube, gotten on our Facebook, and gone to the web at fishybusinesssc.com and entered to win the competition, or to try to win the competition rather, this could be, or maybe it is, your new 125. Okay, so yes, 5 days left for the competition. Monday afternoon at 6 p.m. we will do the drawing. More than likely it'll be either Gracie or Scott that reads off the winner, so just stay tuned for that. Get in, get registered, and good luck. Now, on to what's gone on this past week at Fishy Business, and a couple of things I want to mention real quick while I'm thinking about them. You definitely want to check out the latest episode of The Grind. If you haven't, it's, I think, episode 14. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of things going on in that unexpected, very unexpected actually. So there's that. There's the video that'll be coming out this Saturday, another self-help video. What yet? I don't know because I haven't created it yet, but we're going to work on that. And right now we're going to go see what just came in. Okay, so last week we tried to show these two tanks. I know you can only see one right now, but we tried to show these two new beta tanks that came in. So I'm going to try it again, this time with sound so that it actually makes the video. One thing we got in last week was the Aquatic Pisces. It's very, very cool beta tank in that it is not tiny, so that makes Kara very happy. And it's rounded front with an LED light. Very, very cool desktop presence in that it's different. This one might be one of the coolest ones. This is the Aquarium Triscape, a very, very cool little tank. Perfect for a beta, maybe a small shrimp. Again, with the LEDs, very, very cool. So you want to check these out if you want something that's kind of cool for a desktop. These might be for you. So now this week we're going to start with some saltwater fish. So let's start with what Gracie got in this morning, and we'll round out on Facebook with what Gracie got tonight. So let's start. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the triangle trigger. This comes from Hawaii. It's very similar to the Picasso trigger. It is similar in aggression as well, so you would want to keep this with larger tank mates. It's certainly not reef safe as it is part of the aggressive trigger group. But it is a very cool fish that I think is much prettier than the Picasso trigger. Great little fish that we don't always have. So these are Sergeant Major damsels. These are incredibly mean damsels. They're great for starting a saltwater tank. I would not recommend putting them in any tank where you like your other fish. A gorgeous Imperator angel came in this week. Beautiful. Very weighty, lots of meat on this guy. Big, relaxed, swimming great. As you can see, he's in with a clown trigger, so he isn't moved by anything. He knows who he is. He's the king of the tank. Great fish. If you're in the market for a large-bodied angel fish, this is your guy. Okay, so I've talked the last couple of weeks about Squareback Anthias because we've got them in fairly regularly. This is a beautiful fish. It is a hardy fish. You'll see also swimming into the picture is the Regal Blue Tang. He's only doing that because he knows he's not the one being filmed. But both of these came in. If you look at the Regal Blue Tang, we just don't get them in this weighty that has this much girth. It's this fat. Wonderful, wonderful fish. The Squareback I can't say enough about. If you're willing to feed your foods heavy in a tank, Anthias can be great fish. Not all of them are hardy, but this one takes the cake. He is probably the hardiest Anthias we sell. I love these for service accounts. One, because they're hardy. Two, because they stay out. They are a fairly fearless fish to be as colorful as they are. Say that 3 times. Great, great fish for saltwater. I'm in an argument with Hayden and Gracie right now about the selling of this fish. It is a phenomenal wrasse. It is the pintail wrasse. So I'm putting it on the video, 1, because you should have a chance to see it. 2, because you should have a chance to see it. 3, because you should have a chance to buy it. However, Gracie's hold on all of our saltwater fish, you will have to convince her probably, but it is a beautiful fish that just came in a couple weeks ago. It's out, it's part of the Salabrious wrasse family. It is very hardy, it's a great reef wrasse, and give her a hard time when you come in. We'll see if anybody gets it. Okay, so in our little critter tank, we've got some of the small fish that you know that I love so much that Gracie always tries to get every week. We've got a baby sailfin tang, probably one of the hardiest fish there is, Spanish hogfish, a half-black mimic tang, which I love just because it mimics the half-black angelfish. We've also got the baby clown tang, which is very inquisitive and looks really cool this week. This can be a temperamental fish in terms of trying to keep. The ones that are successful in tanks can be some of the prettiest fish in a tank. I mean, yellow and blue stripes all across a white body is just phenomenal. I've got one of these. Some beautiful long tentacle anemones came in this week in a varied amount of colors. What I gotta say about these is they are phenomenal looking. They're not for the novice, but if you've had a tank set up for a while and you want something beautiful in the tank, long tentacle anemones might be for you. I get asked about them all the time. When are you going to get some blue Linkia starfish? Well, one of the reasons that we don't get them is because a lot of times they ship very large, and that's all you can get. But when you can get some small to medium blue Linkias, they'll do pretty well. Blue Linkias can be very temperamental in an aquarium, and I don't recommend them for just everybody. But if you can get the right size, they can be phenomenal. We have not had these in a long time either. These are yellow featherdusters. Beautiful, beautiful filter feeding worms that can live in a reef tank or invertebrate tank and can disappear at the slightest touch. Very, very cool. You can kind of watch because they'll immediately emerge again. Really, really cool to have in an invertebrate tank or a reef tank. That will round out some of the saltwater highlights. As I said again, there is a lot more stuff coming right now. That's coming down from North Carolina, so Gracie should have that put up probably in a couple of hours, and that you will watch get posted on Facebook. So pay attention to that. Let's go talk freshwater. The word for freshwater this week are goldfish. What you're looking at right now are some orandas, these reuncans, some fantails. Goldfish came in phenomenal this week. These are the ranchus, pearl scales that you're going to see right here. But pause for a second on these. These are panda butterfly telescope goldfish. I can't recall the last time or if there was a time we had these, but Kara is always on the lookout to have just the most beautiful, strangest fish she can find. And these really are lighting up this back wall. When you come back here to the goldfish section, you can see them over every other fish in here. Very, very beautiful. Panda butterfly telescopes. You definitely want to pay attention to those when you come in. Okay, so also to add, bubble-eye goldfish came in, red caps came in, and right next to them I've got the beautiful black moors and blue orandas. Okay, so in addition to the goldfish, we got in a true freshwater puffer. That's right, it's not brackish, it's not salt, it's a true freshwater puffer. And that's what you see behind me. These are the golden puffers. They've already got a fair amount of size on them. They can go in a planted freshwater tank. They're beautiful. They do need to be kept by themselves as they are just as aggressive as their cousins and counterparts. But these are phenomenal just in that they are true freshwater puffers. They do not like salt in their tank. They like a temperature of between 75 to 78 degrees, pH of 7 to 7.5. You do want to keep some snails in with them as they have to grind down that beak, if you will, or their teeth. But other than that, if you have ever been in the market for a freshwater puffer, did not want to mess with brackish, wanted to create something that makes a bit of a statement that's different and you've got that extra tank, or you just want to set up a new tank, this would be a cool fish. What's cool about the large black ruby barb that we just got in are one, that it schools and it makes a statement just because of the color combination. It's red highlights in the center body on black, heavy black stripes and a fairly dark fish. These fish are phenomenal. I love them. They are probably one of my favorite barbs, and if you have a semi-aggressive tank or a barb tank, black ruby barbs are for you. A really pretty Gourami that we've got in this week that I haven't seen in a little bit of while are the thick-lipped sunset Gouramis. They'll go in pretty much a community tank, as you can see, or they will even mix with some of your semi-aggressives. Definitely nothing like cichlids, but at the same time, they're very, very beautiful fish. Lots of different uses and lots of different colors and pops on these. Simless Cory catfish are back in stock. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago we got in these little blue Corys, and yes, they are blue. They sold out right away, as we knew they would, and Kara just got in a little group of them this week. Corys haven't been super available right now, and we've got these. They're active, they're out, and they're coloring up really nice since they came in this morning. So you definitely want to check these out if you've got a community tank. Who doesn't love blue in a fish? Several different species of Endlers came in this week. This is a great community fish and the likes of the tetras, danios, things like that. It's a much smaller bodied fish, but lots of different color in these. If you look at them really up close, would make great schooling fish for a plant tank or just any general community tank where you want something a little different. Okay, this guy is super cool. This is a panda loach. The black and white is pretty significant. If you'll look slightly over to the back wall, you'll actually see 3 different colors in these. So cool they are. That's all I can tell you. This is an algae eating fish. It's definitely, as you can see, it's a statement maker in any freshwater tank. Beautiful, and I've got them for a while until people come in and buy them. Purple spotted gobies are in this week, neon purple spotted gobies. So very cool fish. If you want a goby-like fish for freshwater, that'll go great. A little heavier bodied, but nowhere near mean or anything like that. That's fantastic for a community tank. These could be for you. Really cool. Again, purple spotted gobies came in this week. I'm going to mention these again this week just because they're such a great algae eater. I have them. They're relaxed and showing off. These are the Pando Garas. If you haven't kept one before or you don't know anything about them, this is a phenomenal algae eating fish for freshwater. They'll go in a semi-aggressive tank. They'll also go in a community tank. Great little fish, lots of personality, lots of color. Great to be kept in schools. Really cool. Okay, so last thing. We're giving away a 125-gallon tank. If I haven't said that enough this month, that is what's happening in 5 days. Go to fishybusinesssc.com, register to win, check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube. Definitely sign up, Fishy Business SC. What Fishy Business video weekly update would not be the same without a storybook time with Richard, so that's coming next.
Many years ago, I saw one of the most ninja aquarium moves I've ever seen. Was very young and very dumb, and dropped 2 coral banded shrimp into a 29-gallon tank at the same time. On the way down to the bottom, one of them snatched one's arm off and poked him in the eyes. I thought that was the most ninja move ever. And then years later, I saw an arrow crab. He was being molested by a blue damsel. And the blue damsel would not leave him alone. And he had his long claw up and he's trying to keep the blue damsel at a distance, and it would not leave him alone. Finally, he reached up, grabbed it, flipped it over, stuck his claw in his fanny, ripped it all the way to his throat, pulled out the guts, and threw the damsel to the side. In less than a quarter of a second. I was probably just as surprised as the damsel.